Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the Off the Bench podcast. I am your host, Daniel Ball, and I'm as always by my co-host, my partner in crime, my brother from another mother, Jim Cross. And Jim, tonight we are talking Louisiana Tech baseball with Colton Coates. Man, I hate to say it. It was a rough weekend for them, but they got a lot of promise going through the rest of the season. So I'm interested to get his story.
I'll be honest with you. This was long overdue. I went to that series last year. Coach Burrow was invited. We've never actually had a player from Louisiana Tech except JJ, actually, who we brought up earlier. That was actually his alma mater. But this will be cool, man. True grow the game night right here.
Absolutely. But before Colton hops on with us, we got to give some love to the best sponsors in the game. Old Dominick Distillery, experienced 150 years of tradition in the heart of downtown Memphis. From bourbon to vodka, whiskey to gin, Old Dominick's got you covered. Stop in today for a tour or to pick up your favorite bottle. Chinook seeds, 8 flavors, mild to wild. Go to your local gas station. Go to your local convenience store. Go to your local grocery store. Go wherever, because they're everywhere. Go to the snack aisle. Pick up the blue bag, the best seeds in the game, Chinook seeds. And finally, Jesus One Apparel, empowering men, women, and children to take a bold step in their faith by living and embodying the message of John 16:33. Jesus won, and he continues to win each and every day, Jim. I love it. Great message.
Shout out Bitfo, man. I got the Bitfo shirt on. Talked to Coach Bobby last night.
Coach Bobby.
We got to plug our guy. It's a mindset, baby.
Yeah, absolutely. Bitfo, bring it the freak
No,
on.
he actually told me the true meaning. That's actually not it, but most people do prefer that one.
Bring it to fight on. I love it. But Coach Bobby, you are missed. But with that, let's get into it, Jim. Colton Coates, Louisiana Tech infielder, man. Colton, what's up, dude? How we doing?
What's up? Good. Thank y'all for having me.
Absolutely.
Once upon a time, Daniel, we did a show in the first season, and you said working out with your shoes off. We'll just put it nicely. You rubbed some people wrong. His brother was one of the people up in my DMs talking about you bad mouthing us in ELP. Daniel, this is your open floor to start this episode. No, I'm giving you an opportunity right here to tell Colton you did not even know who ELP was. You didn't know who Colton Coates was. You didn't know any of that stuff. You were just saying simply you prefer to work out with your shoes on.
That's 100% the case. I had no recollection of anybody with the last name Coates or anybody associated with ELP. I didn't even know what it was.
No, it was really funny in real time, Colton. Like, start getting these messages, and your brother's one of them, and I forgot what the wording you was, Dan. Like, basically said you're, I don't know, crazy, something if you work out with shoes. And apparently they thought we were talking about ELP because that's where Dylan and Frill, the guys we had on, worked out. And so, man, I'm getting all these messages, and me and Colton are friends, or calling our friends now, and we laugh about it, but it's like I don't know where that came from, man. Like, we didn't even know what ELP was.
I mean, hey, it is what it is.
Their episode blew up because of it. You had 2 JUCO guys come on and get they jump Ed Easley and Cameron James for the time being.
Yeah, I forgot about all that. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
No, it's all fun. I love to mess with your. We're going to talk about your brother and your family here in a little bit, so I don't want to get too far into that. But he's good people, and naturally defending friends. I wouldn't want it any other way if I thought it was that. But I got to ask you. You just played Memphis. You see Daniel wearing the shirt. You're from the general area, right? Like, anybody who's from the DeSoto County area, Memphis is just right there. I knew he was going to do it. This backfired on me. You were supposed to, I knew he would be fun about it, Daniel, but I was going to have you go after Daniel Colton. It's clever. But now I want to ask you, man, like, did you know any of the guys from Memphis? Because I know a lot of the guys from this area. Is it cool when Louisiana Tech matches up with somebody like Memphis? It's just around the bend from where you're from.
Yeah, I I mean, even more people than I originally thought. It was surprising. I probably knew 10 to 12 guys on the team.
Yeah, Braden.
Yeah,
I
just
know
playing
just
against
right off
them.
the top,
It's
you
really
have to
fun.
know Braden Sanders, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, I know him. The old Lewisburg, DC goes back to that. So.
That's why I knew you had to know that because y'all faced each other in high
Yeah, we
school.
did.
Yeah, it's cool, man, to see the local guys. But I think you made the smart choices. As much as me and Daniel love Memphis or from Memphis, he did his best to get away. He's in Florida. I'm only in Mississippi, but I'm at least a little bit away. And so I think you going to Louisiana Tech and seeing some new scenery, especially Daniel, the Love Shack. Is there a better name to a baseball stadium?
No, that is a baller name for a stadium. It's way better than the box. We'll just say that. As far as names go, I mean, let's
You got to
be
shade
real.
at my
The box
team, man.
was-
You
the
could have
box
said
was
any
not
other stadium.
creative
You
at
had to come
all.
after mine.
They're like, oh, what shape is it? Square. No, that's too much. How about box? That's it. Perfect. No, I can't. Colton, let's get into it, man. Obviously, we've talked about it. DeSoto Central, DeSoto County guy, South Haven. You've now are in, Louisiana Tech. And, usually I ask, well, tell me about home, but I know about home. A lot of our viewers know about home, but for you, when you go back home, what's the one thing that you miss? What's the one thing that you got to do?
Oh gosh, just hanging out with my friends from high school is the main thing. Because none of them go to school here in Louisiana, so just being able to get back and hang with them, and I don't know, maybe some of the restaurants, Rancho Grande. I don't know.
I'll say this, Daniel. It's the fastest growing city in Mississippi, and I'll be honest. Like in the time that he's gone, he brings up restaurants. In the time he's gone, there's 3 or 4 slapped up on Get Well. Like you stay gone too long, man. You don't know the place.
Looks different when you return. But Colton, son of Heidi and Greg, sibling to you got Colin, Gavin, and Lane. Where are you in that chain of kids? Are you middle? Are you oldest? Are you youngest?
I'm the youngest by far. So Colin is 8 years older than me, and he's the youngest of my older brothers. And then Gavin is the next one up. He's 12 years older than me,
Oof.
and then Lane 17 years older than me.
Oh my.
What is that like? I mean, the age, gap between Gavin and Lane for sure. What is that like? Do you have a close connection with them? Obviously, there's a brotherhood, but is it as close as you would have hoped growing up, or just the age was just so large that it was really tough to get close to them?
Yeah, so I mean, Colin and Gavin, we have great close relationship because we lived together for so long. But Lane was already 17, about to graduate high school by the time I was born. So we didn't really live together for that long, but we grew up and had a really good relationship.
Well, that's good. I mean, it's. I'm sure it was tough. I'm sure being the youngest, you get suckered into doing all the things, the
But
test
there's
things.
such a gap. He's not getting beat on at least. Like you don't have, I don't know,
I don't
12,
know.
16,
Yeah,
17.
maybe not as bad, but Colin's he's still it wasn't really fair because he was so much older and bigger, but still
So my
kind of beat on me a
question
little bit.
that I wanted to wait until we got to this segment to bring up, does he help you in the weight room? And I'll bring this up, Daniel, because this dude is a beast. So like, does Big Bro help you out in getting that muscle?
Oh yeah, he absolutely does. Because I mean, he used to work there at ELP, and so he helped me all through high school with that. And he still, I mean, texts me sometimes. Like right now, I'm dealing with a little hamstring strain, and he's texting me, giving me tips on what to do to help it heal and stuff like that. So
Yeah, he's Daniel. He's rolling around with Trey Jolly, and you obviously know we had him on. They're eating all that good food, working out, killing the game, like making us just feel old and fat. Well, like, it's dominating.
I'm telling you. So growing up, obviously, you got plenty of brothers to look up to, but like as a player, a young player growing up, who are you idolizing as far as from the baseball perspective?
golly, well, my favorite player is always Bryce Harper. I don't know, I just loved watching him. I was probably 8 years old, 7 years old when he made his debut, but I don't know, for some reason I still remember that when that game he got pegged by Cole Hamels and stole home. I don't know, ever since that game he was my favorite player, and Try to watch him as much as
He got
possible.
hit in the head. I sent you the clip, Daniel, a couple days ago.
Saw that.
Man, you want to talk about a bad feeling? Like if you're in the general managers, the coaches, any of that, you got that money invested, and you're in a spring training game, and your dude gets nailed in the head.
I think he got hit in
That's
the
scary.
tricep or the arm. Thankfully, like it didn't hit him in the face or the head. He
The
like
clip said
turned
did
and
it
like
ricochet and hit his helmet because they said it hit his head.
yeah, he definitely got armed up and it kind of like rolled up. And I think the picture makes it look like he got hit in the
Is the
face.
helmet sideways? Yeah.
Right. But he
Either
very
way,
lucky.
something in spring training, you don't want to see
Oh,
the guy you got all your money invested in getting hit.
well, you see the guy from the Blue Jays, he like immediately is like he knows what is at risk right there. And he's like, you don't want to see that. You don't want guys like that. And you're definitely not aiming for that for sure. And to be honest, Bryce Harper is known to run the mound. He ain't afraid. Like he's probably not one I'm gonna intentionally throw at.
No.
So
And he's probably, we're talking about weight room, we're talking about fighting. Bryce Harper's been like creating his own like workout juice that legal by all means is on TikTok. He's probably extra amped up with this science concoctions he's got going on.
I know.
Saw that.
Yeah. Get it. So for you were 327 batting average, 438 on base percentage, 93 hits, 65 RBIs, 98 runs in high school at DeSoto Central, one of the premier premier high school programs in the country. 3-time
I
letter
have to
winner.
call a home run for him. Fun fact.
And Jim got to call a home run for you. It's crazy, but when you look at just the lineage and you think back, do you actually like understand how lucky you were to play for that program?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, that place was awesome. Just even growing up, when my brother he graduated in 2015, so he was on the team with Austin Riley and all them, Keegan James, Dallas Woolfolk. So just growing up, I was always at the field watching them, and all the way up through until I was there, just seeing how good of a program that was, and getting to play for it, I knew how special it was.
All right, so you get ready, obviously, when you play for a premier program and you have the seasons that you have for them. The next, reasonable stop is college. So how is it that you go from DeSoto Central and you end up at Louisiana Tech?
So I was actually born in Ruston, Louisiana. I lived here until I was 6 years old, and then we moved to Mississippi. Funny enough, for baseball, for my brother, the baseball better there. He wanted to go to high school with those guys he was playing with on that team. So yeah, so I mean, I kind of knew about La Tech a little bit, and saw that how successful they were becoming under Coach Burrows. And the year I was getting recruited, they hosted a regional, so it's just they had a lot of momentum, and I wanted to be a part of it.
Daniel asked the question, talking about what you do when you go back home, but I got to ask about Ruston because I've been there 4 times now, and I only go there for sporting events and visit my friend who that's what we always go do. And so he tells me that it's just a college town. That's really all there is. Is that really all there is to do in Ruston for the most part? Is anything to do with Louisiana Tech?
Yeah, pretty much. There's not much going on here, which is, I like it because of that. It's pretty quiet other than the train that goes through here. But, it's just a small little college town that kind of know everybody. So
That train is I mean, I sent Daniel pictures and videos as soon as because I went to that Southern Miss series last year, and I was like, man, it was only the second inning, and here came that train. I was like, this train is legitimately just rolling through the backdrop, and all I wanted was somebody to hit a home run off of one. I was like, I need to see it. Unfortunately, didn't get it, but let's talk about it. When I was there, I learned one of the coolest stories, talking to your dad, Greg, and then talking to guys like Greg James and George Miller around here. Something that was, right up underneath my nose, apparently, when I was going and watching you at DC. But, man, your best friend there supporting you. I'm told that he's like at every game that he can be at. Obviously, dealing with illness. But, man, just talk about that friendship, that relationship, and just what it means to have TD at every single game.
Oh, it's awesome. So yeah, my mom was his like special assistant when he was in like 3rd through 5th grade. He's got cerebral palsy, but he's one of the coolest guys ever to be around. He loves sports, and ever since then, since we were friends, he'd come to all my baseball games. Playing travel ball in high school, we'd go to Atlanta, Hoover, all that stuff. He'd just ride with my mom, and never missed a game really. And
I mean, Daniel, look at the way he just lights up talking about his best friend. Like you don't look like that when you're talking about me, Daniel.
yeah, so he's staying here right now. We're on a little homestand. So my mom let him stay here at my house for the week.
Yeah, and like I said, they told me a story. I got to see it. I was standing by him watching, him cheer on the team, like you said, big time sports fan. I went and looked at the photos and seen him doing the same thing at DC, and it really is a cool story. And it seems like he's not letting his circumstances stop him from going out and enjoying himself, which is supporting you and watching sports. So it's really cool. And I obviously saw your family, like you said, taking care of them. So, man, just shout out to you and your family, for taking care of him and bringing him along as part of your family. It's really a cool thing to see.
Oh, yeah, it's awesome. And he's one of the happiest guys, ever. He's always smiling. So he's awesome.
No doubt. So I got to meet the reason I came to the Southern Miss series is Coach Burrows. I got to meet him. I was down there with my friend Josh that I was talking about, took a tour of the stadium, and he's like, that's the series you got to come to. It's gonna be good. Got to come check out the Love Shack. I was really impressed by the facilities. Obviously, I told you when I met you that day, uniforms, elite, like everything about the program. But I want to talk about him because he's not going to talk to me about himself. He's going to talk to me about everything. So talk to me about Coach Burrows and that coaching staff and just how amazing they've been for you so far.
He's awesome. He's the main reason I wanted to come to Tech. Everyone. I haven't met one person, former or current, that doesn't love him. So there's a reason that this program has been that successful, and it's because people want to play for him. He's awesome.
Yeah, no, I hear nothing but good things. Like you said about the program, know a lot of people in Louisiana who, it's funny, like LSU fans don't like Louisiana Lafayette and, some of the other schools, but I don't know any of my LSU friends who have one thing bad to say about Louisiana Tech. It's really like their secondary school, because they don't like Nichols either. So I think it says something about that school. I think, first of all, the red, white, and blue, can't go wrong with it. You talk about just the people. When I was there, I met so many people, and they just, struck up a conversation, and it was really cool. So, you get there last year, don't get much playing time, but, you still get to be there, part of the program, there every game. You're hitting the weight room, nutrition, all stuff. But what would you say is the one thing you learned the most from freshman year?
Golly, speaking of our team, we had probably 8 of our 9 starters were 5th or 6th year seniors. So that's just the way the game is nowadays. You got to be physical to play. Everyone, you're playing against 22, 24-year-olds, some 25-year-olds. So, just getting up to the speed of the game.
We messed with Hayden Schott on this show recently. He's the second oldest player in college baseball, which, Daniel, actually, I think they were missing one off this list because I saw it the other day. I'm all of a sudden going to blank on his name. The tall reliever from Ole Miss that's now at Tulane we had on the show. All of a sudden I'm blanking, but he is
Wes Burton.
Yeah, Wes Burton is 25 years old, and he wasn't on that list. I think they forgot because he didn't pitch for almost 2.5 years. And so I think we've had the 2 oldest guys in college baseball. But to your point, I know that was a tangent, but yeah, you're right. Like just things you didn't see before. You can see guys. You might have a medical red shirt. You have a COVID year, like all these things, just things you didn't see back in the day.
Just wait till you get these guys going to JUCO coming out.
Yeah, seriously. Will it hold though? Because the kid Tennessee that didn't. We'll see. The thing I just whether one way or another it goes, and I'm sure you can agree with this, Colton, because the same guys that I do that benefited from playing JUCO, right? Like I don't want guys to stop going one way or the other. Like I've seen so many guys. We've had so many guys come on the show who've even been drafted pro, like because they started in JUCO. Some guys just aren't there yet, and they'll go to a D1 program and just sit the bench. And me and Daniel have talked about it at, great length. Like you're never going to get any better just sitting there. You got to get your reps.
Oh, absolutely. Game experience is, that's how you're going to develop the most.
But perfect segue. You've been getting your reps this year, played in every game so far. How are you feeling? Like whether we're talking about defensively, offensively, I know there's always room for improvement, but you feel like you're doing all right out there?
Yeah, had a good first weekend. Was hitting balls hard, and they weren't all dropping, but so I was, I don't know, like 5 for 15 opening weekend or something. And then we go to Southern Miss, and didn't have the success I wanted to have. They got some good pitching, and still the same thing. I was hitting some balls hard and just right to people. So, but I mean,
that you just keep barreling them, they'll eventually
yeah,
find a hole.
yeah, and if I finally got my first home run this weekend against Memphis.
Yeah, and that was the thing I saw. Like when I talked about the train thing, I like is that something like that's a goal in your career while you're there? You want to take one off the train?
Yeah, for sure. It's hard to do, but
it can be
it'd
done.
it can be done. I think I've hit one ball.
Batters timeout. You hear the train coming, but look, we got to give me a minute before we start our AB. But yeah, no, you had that first home run. No better place to have it than obviously at home in front of the home crowd. Did your dad or anybody track down the ball?
So no, this little kid caught it, and
Was
today
his name Jackson.
My son is notorious for coming up with every ball.
Yeah, no. So, but this kid's mom actually DM'd me on Instagram. So we met up like a few hours ago actually, and traded balls. I signed a baseball for him, and he gave me the home run ball back. So
nice, because the first thing I thought about was your dad, right? Like I feel like that's not something that I want. That's something I would want to give my parents to have, and so it may not mean as much to you, but it definitely probably means something to them. They've been watching your whole life, invested, and so I'm glad y'all were able to get that. Me and Daniel talked once upon a time. We were talking about guys from DC and Mississippi State guys. Greg James having to bid on Cameron James' national championship jersey because they didn't even get to keep him. That was the craziest thing I ever heard. I'm like, you can't even keep your own jersey, give it to your dad to frame on the wall.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. Crazy.
Tough times, man. NCAA don't let you know. But, obviously we joked, we played the music. You lost to Memphis. Very competitive series. They're obviously not just some pushover, but I know that's not the results you want. But, what's the coach's message, to move past that and go ahead? That was yesterday. We're moving forward. We haven't even started, conference play, so it don't mean nothing.
Yeah, we kind of scuffling a little bit since starting the Southern Miss series. We've lost 5 of our last 7 games. So, he's just wanting some leaders to step up, especially offensively. We hadn't been hitting as good as we can, and we know we will eventually, but we just got to, step up and need to start winning.
Yeah, I know that y'all got, we talk about the program. I know y'all can do it. And then Daniel, I was talking about the uniforms, man. Like you can't look that good and not win. I'm just telling you, Cole, those blues. I sent a picture. Speaking of the LSU friends, I sent a picture when I was creating the graphic for you, and they were like, and these are LSU guys who are very, very homerish when it comes to like LSU everything. And they were like, man, I'm not gonna lie, like those blue jerseys are like something else.
Yeah, we got a lot of really clean jerseys.
Well, I'm as a veteran, I like the black ones with the red, white, and blue naturally.
Yeah, so we're
just rusting across it.
Oh yeah, we're wearing those tomorrow for the first time of the year. But
Daniel, would you know if you saw him wearing a Rustin jersey and you hadn't done this episode, would you know that meant Louisiana Tech?
I would probably make the association, yes.
I figured you would, but I don't know. He ain't spending much time there, so.
But I do know Ruston, and I know Tech is located in Ruston, so I think I would make that connection.
Well, and I think you probably know more cities than I probably give credit for because your dad has traveled the country your entire life. By the way, fun fact.
How about this? How about I just know a lot?
Fun fact before you take over on this game while we're talking about dads, the nice deck that they have out there at DeSoto Central that you can watch from the upper level was built by Greg Coates.
Look at that.
He was there. Every single day of practice, we'd see him there. And guys on the team would joke around saying, like, does he not have a job? Why is he always here building? But yeah, he put a lot of work into that.
Because he loves it. He loves it, man.
Oh, yeah, he loves it.
George Miller's up there. I'm like, That's where all the fancy folks sit. I ain't got time for that.
Let me tell you something, Colton. There's something to be said about, people giving their time and effort. Coach Bobby showed us pictures of Virginia when it was terrible. They had like, what was it? Football field turf and stuff. Like it was
It
like a
wasn't made to play anything on.
and they all like the people in the community and the players and the parents all got together, and over time like it's turned into what it is today. And like that's the story I'm talking about. And it just starts with one person wanting to build a deck, wanting to build
awesome.
something.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, everything they got. I've
That's it.
sent you the pictures since the beginning, and they teach these guys responsibility. Like I told you when I was first going out there to the games in like 2018, like it didn't matter if it was Blaze Jordan or Cameron James, like they were out there taking care of the field after the game at night. Like nobody was, it didn't matter. You were too good. You didn't have to do it. Like they took very good care of their facilities. And so when you're winning championships, obviously, Daniel, it's going to bring in the money. But then when you also put in the work, you're going to have nice stuff.
Oh, definitely for sure.
There was an in off the bench banner on that fence last year until dang tornado took all the signage off.
Dang tornado.
Then it took like 3 months to get it replaced, and then there was only like 6 weeks left of school. I was like, man, do me no good. Can I get next year for free? I mean, storm took my sign.
I didn't even realize the tornado.
It wasn't a legit tornado. It was a storm that blew that whole fence line down on the soccer field, and then took a bunch of the banners off the baseball too. But like, I mean, to the point, how those things are zip tied on there. Like it still took them. Like it had to be pretty bad. But I remember taking my son to school the following day, and you could see like some of them like off in the woods over there. Like it took them away. It took Daniel's face, man. Daniel's face was on that sign.
Yeah, I remember we had a batter's eye. I think I don't remember if it was what year it was. Maybe my junior year, but it was up for probably the first 3 home games, and then the weather knocked it over, and we never had it again. It was just laying there.
Yeah, can't have nothing nice. Daniel, my wife's preparing to work this time of year with all the outdoor stuff, but man, the wind around here makes everything impossible.
Oh, it's crazy. It's rough out there.
I only like wind when my team's batting and it's going out. That's it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Look, have you played at Memphis yet? Did y'all go to Memphis last year?
We didn't. No, I played there growing up.
I've sent Daniel some videos. It feels like the wind is always blowing 25 miles an hour straight to center. Like it is the park to hit Jackson. Last year, I watched them in a midweek against somebody hit 9 home runs in a game. And I was like, it wasn't hard. You just got to put that ball in the air. It was going to go.
Yeah. No, I love those days as a hitter.
Yeah, you just
– as a pitcher.
Those are easy days as an outfielder, too. You just play the fence, and it gets up there. You just play everything in front of you. But, Colton, we got to get to our game, man. It's called This or That. We've had over 500 guests play this game. If you said you didn't want to play, you'd be the only one. So I'll ask you, are you down to play a game?
Let's do it.
All right, it's very simple. I'm going to give you 2 options. You choose one option or the other. Can't say both, can't say neither. Just be decisive. Go with your head, go with your heart, go with your gut. Just pick one.
All right, I got you.
Jim, this or that. Who is it brought to you by?
Let's go this time. Let's go Jesus One, man. One of the cool things about this, Daniel, obviously not just putting the message about Jesus out there, but partnering with these different athletes. And let me tell you what we've been working on with Matt. So these athletes are getting to pick their design, their colors with the Jesus One merchandise, but they get to pick where they want this money to go. So just to use an example of an athlete that's been on the show that's done it, Luke Savage with Blessed Feet has his going, obviously, to the kids over there who don't have the equipment in the different countries. So they're able to pick. So, right now working with the LSU guys or the A&M guys, they get to pick a local foundation that they want the money that's raised through the selling of the merchandise. So not only are we putting the message of Jesus out, but, man, taking care of people in the community. So go get your merch, man, because you're not just getting great apparel, but you're helping somebody out in need.
Absolutely. Doesn't get any better than that. Colton, let's get to it, man. First question out the gate. Coffee or energy drink?
Energy drink. I'm not a huge coffee fan.
Man, That's a shame. What's your energy drink of choice? Are you a Red Bull guy? You riding the bull? You Monster, Rain, C4, Celsius? What you got?
Been drinking Ghosts a little bit more.
Ghost.
Yeah, I used to drink Bangs a lot in high school for working out and stuff, but I don't know. I stopped drinking them for a while, and now I need one with 200 milligrams of caffeine.
I feel like the
300
most confident though, or the
Maybe
most common
shaking.
amongst baseball player though, has definitely been Rain. Me and Daniel usually get that as an answer.
Yeah, I enjoy Rain too, but I don't know. I want one with a little bit less caffeine than that.
I feel you. All right. Trick question. Big sunflower seeds or Chinook sunflower seeds?
Chinook. They had him at the old Battle of the Ballpark we played in last year, and they sponsored that tournament, I guess, and had him in the dugout.
They're gonna have him in Ruston too, because when we get done here, I'm gonna make sure you're an ambassador for them because we set one up at every team. And since you're our first Louisiana Tech guest, I can tell you that we don't have one set up. And the cool thing is, man, you just basically sign up and be the guy for your team, and then they send you a bunch of boxes and you take care of your boys.
Yep. Get it.
Sweet.
Get
Sounds
it.
good. There you go.
All right. You a basketball or golf kind of guy?
Golf. So I mean, I played basketball all the way through freshman year of high school, and I loved it. But I think that's about when I quit basketball. It's about when I started golfing a little bit more in the summers and stuff. And
I'd still play pickup basketball, Daniel. As old as I am and out of shape, sign me up.
Yeah, but I love golf. It's favorite hobby outside of baseball for sure.
Nice.
That means you're good at it. We're not.
I'm getting better, but I'm not good.
Daniel can beat anybody in horse in the basketball goal in the pool. Those are facts.
You want to hear a sad fact? Is this last hurricane destroyed my goal?
No. You better have it replaced or I'm not coming back. I'm just saying.
I don't have it replaced yet.
So I haven't told this story in a long time, Colton, but I got to tell you, and I even told Daniel we can't string this thing out too long because my battery's at 6%. And here I am telling a story, but got to do it. So I'm practicing in the pool nonstop, getting ready for this horse game because he says I can't beat him. So I'm going to beat him. I'm making every shot I'm taking. And then as soon as we start, he's standing outside the pool and drains one. I'm like, what are you doing? He said, I never said I was going to shoot from inside the pool. And so I practiced all of that for nothing. The dude just runs me out his backyard. Oh man, it's sad.
Let's be real. I got in the pool and still ran him out of the backyard.
No, you didn't. Don't lie on this story.
All right.
Anyways,
beach or lake?
Ooh, golly. I might have to say lake. I love the beach, but I don't know, just the sand that gets everywhere is the only negative.
Just the right answer.
Say less. I got you on that. Would you rather travel to space or the deepest part of the ocean?
Space. I feel like the deepest part of the ocean is a little bit scarier. I don't know what's down there.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy down there.
Yeah.
Right. 5 years in jail, 10 years in a coma.
I guess 5 years in jail. I don't know. At least you're still
that's crazy.
conscious and eating food.
Here's the this or that question I got for you. Got to know. We didn't have it on there, but I was talking about those uniforms, and you were talking about how much you loved them. So which uniform are you going with? If you can only go with one, which uniform are you going?
Powder blue, I guess. I don't know, the all powder with the
problem, Daniel. You got too many good uniforms. Like some teams may just have that one good uniform. You got 3 or 4, it makes it tough.
Yeah, we got some new pinstripes this year. They're white with red pins. They're kind of like the Mets throwback ones with the thick piping down the side. And so I really like those too. But I think
like I said off the top, you can't go wrong when your colors are red, white, blue. It just opens the door for so much.
Well, clearly Adidas is taking good care of their teams because they got the powder blues ready.
Yeah, Ole Miss hasn't got there. That's why I said that. It's not warm yet.
Last question for you, Colton. Would you rather win a national championship or would you rather have $10 million?
Oh gosh. Oh wait.
I'll break down the scenario. I come to you. I have a briefcase full of $100 bills to the sum of $10 million. And I say, here you go. Colton, this is all yours, buddy. You can take this and not even worry about this season at Louisiana Tech. I mean, you can play it, but you're not going to win a championship. You might even get to the championship series, but you're not going to win. Or I can take that money away and I can guarantee you a national championship. What would you do?
Golly, I mean, $10 million sounds insane, but winning the national championship, La Tech would be the best thing in the world. So that's what I'm hoping happens.
It's the first thing. You always got to, man, it's hard to pass on that.
Yeah, I mean, $10 million you can't really pass on. But
I think our last guest earlier, though, lied. Daniel asked him would he rather win the second national championship he just won with Tennessee last year or the $10 million, and he said the second. After you got the first,
you got that
the money.
$10 million for sure.
See, Daniel, I think Andrew was lying to us. We just got told the truth by Colton.
For real. All right, Colton, man. Anything you want to plug or promote before you get out of here?
No, I guess not.
I mean, I'll help you out. Tomorrow night, Nichols coming in town, all right, at the Love Shack. You got them on Tuesday. You got them again on Wednesday, 6 p.m. for both of those games. And then this weekend, you got South Alabama, the Jags, coming in for a series Friday at 4 p.m., Saturday at noon, Sunday at 1 p.m. ESPN Plus, you can catch all the action from Ruston at the Love Shack.
Is the influxer on your Instagram still good?
It is, yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It's
man,
my Instagram bio.
You can get your Coates gear.
Yeah, if you want some merch, then click the link in my Instagram bio. Colton_Coates.
Daniel, we're gonna have to get some of these shirts, man. Look patriotic too.
Let's go.
There you go.
Well, Colton, man, I appreciate you spending some time with us tonight. Obviously, we want you to have a successful, safe, injury-free season. Hope you guys were able to get things going. I mean, you started off hot. You guys look really good. You ran into a little bit of a buzzsaw of Southern Miss, which, I mean, they're a really good baseball program. But hopefully you guys can get back on track this weekend against Nichols and then again against South Alabama over the weekend. So, man, nothing but the best.
Hit a train with a ball.
Yep, hit a train. If there's anything you need, reach out to us, brother.
Yeah, appreciate y'all. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. That's Colton Coates, everybody. If you like hearing Colton's story or you just like hearing us average Joes talk X's and O's, you know what to do. Like, share, Facebook, go to YouTube, like, subscribe, notifications. Jim, who we got this week?
Oh, man, you put me on the spot. I wasn't even ready. I know we got Barrett Harrison from Texas A&M. We got Taylor Carr, Hernando. Colton may know him. I'm going to have to give him grief. Lewisburg is taking the top of the rankings around here. And then we got
Arizona State Gymnastics.
Mahogany. Yeah, man, it's a 5-episode week. Well, I'm bringing Colton back for 1 second. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Can I bring it back? Where am I doing? There we go.
There you go.
Taylor Carr, we got Hernando coming in. You know, gotta ask, man. You're not even there. Is DC gonna like take back their spot from Hernando? Is this Hernando's county now?
I think DC can take it back.
There you go.
I don't know.
We never brought a guest back, but after I thought about the Taylor Carr thing, I was like, let's ask him. But yeah, no, the newest state rankings came out. Lewisburg's at the top. Daniel, I can't wait to watch Talon Haley pitch. Dude, though, his first like 5 outings are away. Like, I'm like, bro, if I'm the local fans trying to go watch Lewisburg, can I get my Vandy commit on the bump so I can see him?
Right. Let's go.
He'll be good to play against DC, I'm sure, though.
He's been stuffed. He's a stud.
We'll go ahead and put a bow on this thing, Daniel. I know it's late your time.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Strong body, sharp minds, grit and grind all the time. We're out.